65 years of independence, 65 years of waving the flag, 65 years of singing national anthems and calling ourselves free. But deep down, we all know the truth. This country was not just founded on injustice. It has been sustained through injustice every single year since 1960. And yet, every 1st of October, we put green and white on our streets and pretend we are celebrating. Celebrating what exactly? As a kid, I thought independence meant freedom for the Nigerian nation. But now I ask, freedom from what? Freedom for whom? Because when you strip away the parades, you are left with a haunting truth. The ordinary Nigerian has never truly tasted freedom. The farmer in Benue has not been freed from insecurity. The mother in Maiduguri has not been freed from poverty. The youth has not been freed from joblessness. So I ask again, what are we celebrating? Let's not lie to ourselves. If you look around today, the hunger, the broken schools, the collapsing hospitals, the insecurity that follows us like shadow, you ask yourself, is this what freedom was supposed to look like? When they lowered the Union Jack in 1960, our parents and grandparents believed a new dawn had come. They believed the chains were broken and the suffering was over. The people would finally become masters of their own destiny. But that was the myth of independence. Because the truth is this, the structures of injustice were never dismantled. They only changed hands. The colonial masters left, but their system of extraction, their tool of oppression, their centralized power, all of it was inherited by a small elite. Let's be honest, independence was not given to the Nigerian people. It was negotiated with the Nigerian elite. And those elites were more interested in their share of the pie than in building a just society. The British left behind a state designed to control, not to serve. A government designed to extract, not to deliver. An economy designed to enrich a few, not to empower the people. So, what we celebrated in 1960 was not freedom, but a handover of injustice. The plantation was repainted, but not dismantled. Instead of liberation, what we got was substitution. Instead of justice, what we got was a new hierarchy. Instead of equity, what we got was recycled oppression. This time with faces that looks like ours. And for 65 years, we have been paying the price. Let us trace the thread of injustice in this country. Colonial era. Our lands were stolen. Our resources shipped overseas. Our culture dismantled as primitive. We were treated as subjects, not citizens. Railways were not built to connect Nigerians to one another. They were built to connect mines to port. Schools were not built to liberate the masses. They were built to produce clerks and interpreters for the colonial administration. Injustice was the blueprint of colonial era. Early independence, ethnic manipulation, coups, counter-coups, and a civil war that devoured millions. Instead of nation building, our leaders chose power grabbing. They inherited the colonial tools of divide and rule and used them against their own people. That is the people you are dealing with. The oil boom era, wealth flowed like a river in this country. But only a handful drank from it. Ordinary people got crumbs, while leaders built empires in London, in Paris, in Dubai. We built refineries but could not refine justice. The military rule, decades of dictatorship, where fear silenced dissent and corruption became the operating system of governance. Civil society battered, jailed, activists assassinated. The promise of independence shrank into the shadow of military decrees. Democratic transition. We thought democracy will change the game. But democracy without accountability is just civilian dictatorship. We have elections without representation. We have government without responsibilities. We have leaders without shame. Politicians perfected the art of winning elections while losing the people. Think about it. Every sector you look at tells the same story. Injustice, classrooms overcrowded, teachers underpaid, universities on endless strike. Meanwhile, children of these same elites and politicians study abroad. Where is the justice? Health, hospitals without drugs, doctors fleeing the country, women giving birth on the floor. Meanwhile, leaders fly out for checkups on small headache. Where is the justice? Economy. Youth unemployment is so high that hustling has become our national curriculum. Young people graduate with degrees but end up pushing and pushing just to survive, while senators collect allowances that could fuel a whole village. Where is the justice? Security. Communities wiped out, farmers displaced, kidnappers have normalized their activity, yet the state tells us to clap for them in their new SUVs that they cannot even use to go to Yelwata. Injustice is not an accident. It is a design, a system, a thread that connects 1960 to 2025. So what exactly are we celebrating at 65? Are we celebrating a nation where injustice remains the default? Are we celebrating leaders who take 12 vacations a year while our hospitals collapse? Are we celebrating senators when you send your papa, yet collect allowances that your entire village cannot dream of? Are we celebrating an electoral commission that behaves as if citizens' votes are decorations? Let me say this. True independence cannot coexist with injustice. True independence cannot survive on inequality. True independence cannot live in a country where leaders treat the people like tenants and treat themselves like landlords. 65 years of broken promises, 65 years of injustice, 65 years of betrayal. But this is not the end of the story. The people still have the power to reclaim it. We still have the power to demand more. We still have the power to insist that the next 65 years will not be wasted. So this Independence Day, don't just wave the flag. Demand what the flag represents. Don't just sing the national anthem. Insist that the national anthem must mean something. Don't just wear green and white. Ask whether the country beneath those colors is truly green in justice and white in peace. Because we cannot be celebrating broken promises and clapping for injustice. We will not beg. We will demand. True independence is not what we were given in 1960. True independence is what we have to claim, is what we have the opportunity today to claim together. So this time we must refuse to inherit injustice. We must build justice as our foundation. We must insist that independence means dignity for all, not luxury for a few. And the best way to do this is to educate ourselves, to soak ourselves in civic education so that we can demand more, so that we can ask more, so that we can understand the rights we have and where we can ask, so that we will understand the rights we have and how we can demand for the things that has been deprived of the people for a long time.